Hello, it's Wednesday, August 19th, and welcome to the reading of the Mansfield News Journal. As you probably know by now, my name is Pam. So let's begin with today's area deaths. Mary Elizabeth Dorner Behrens, age 92, passed away on Friday afternoon, August 7th, at Columbus Riverside Hospital after a sudden illness. Graveside services will be held at 10 a.m. on Saturday, August 22nd, in the Mansfield Cemetery in Mansfield. A memorial service and gathering will be held at a later date. Megan Danielle Adkins, 34, of Mansfield, passed away unexpectedly on Sunday, August 16th. The family will receive friends from 5 to 7 p.m. Friday, August 21st, at the Ontario home of Wapner Funeral Directors. A graveside service will be held at the Mansfield Cemetery on Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Wanda M. Floor, age 91, a former Shelby resident, died of natural causes Wednesday, August 12th, at Primrose Retirement Community in Mansfield. Funeral services will be observed. A private burial will take place in Oakland Cemetery. Donna Sue Dixon, 57, of Mansfield, passed away on Saturday, August 15th, at UH Samaritan Medical Center. Family and friends may visit from 6 to 8 p.m. on Thursday, August the 20th, 2020, at the Diamond Street home of Wapner Funeral Directors, 98 South Diamond Street. Funeral service on Friday, August the 21st at 10 a.m. at the Christ Gospel Church. Sally H. Thomas went to meet her Lord and reunite with her loving husband of 59 years, Edwin R. Thomas Jr., on August the 16th. At Imperial Health Care Center in Naples, Florida. No memorial events are currently scheduled. That concludes the area deaths listed in the Wednesday Mansfield News Journal. So now, on to our first article. Negotiations ongoing for a Plymouth hotel demo. Monroe Trombley. It's just a matter of time before the brick building on Truck Street that used to be a hotel collapses. That much is in agreement. Negotiations are ongoing between the building's owner, Donnie Spillman, and the Richland County Land Bank, which plans to demolish the nearly 150-year-old structure on his behalf. The land bank would like to come to some sort of agreement on a repayment plan, since demolishing the former Plymouth Hotel will cost anywhere from $50,000 to upwards of six figures, which is quite high compared to the average cost of the demolition. Spillman bought the building in 2018 for $906 and hasn't made any improvements. Plymouth Mayor Cassandra Fryman said Tuesday that the village hasn't decided whether to contribute towards the demolition and is opting to wait until a plan is approved by Spillman and the land bank. The land bank also is in talks with Kelly McCoy, who owns a room on the former hotel's first floor and has been renovating the adjoining property with plans to open a bar. The demolition will be risky since the two properties share a wall. McCoy, who attended last week's board meeting, does not want to be held liable for any damage to her forthcoming bar. "I don't want to lose my whole bar over one room that needs to be taken," she said. Her attorney, Brian Donamiller, criticized the liability contract the land bank proposed as overly broad. "You guys aren't willing to shoulder any risk. The village either," he said. "Basically, you want her to shoulder all the risk." "We want to work with the board," Donamiller added. "We want to figure something out. We just don't want to lose all the money that she has invested." Knocking down 26 Truck Street recently took on new urgency after a back portion of the building collapsed July 30th, prompting the village to close the sidewalk in front and on Ohio 603. The first floor had already begun to collapse. Before the partial collapse, the land bank had mulled for a few months whether to take ownership of the building, and Hamrick has said Plymouth officials have asked for the land bank's help to demo the structure for years. Hamrick has previously said the local historical society has not expressed interest in the property due to the state of disrepair, which was worsened after a man crashed a stolen car into the building. He subsequently passed away, according to land bank board members. Up next, Drug dealer sentenced to 18 to 23 and a half years in prison by Zach Tuggle. A man convicted by a jury of selling deadly drugs near a school was sentenced Monday to up to 23 and a half years in prison by Richland County Common Pleas Judge Brent Robinson. Dewana Midget, 30, of Detroit, was not happy with the ruling. "I feel like I didn't have no fair trial," the man told the judge. He said he was upset because he didn't think he should have to spend the last 15 months in the Richland County Jail. He said he wanted the trial to be held in a different court. "You violated every constitutional right of me," Midget told Robinson. "I don't appreciate that. Everything you did as a judge was wrong." "Okay," Robinson responded. "We'll have to disagree on that." The judge told the man that the state would assign him a new attorney to help with his appeal. The Court of Appeals would decide which of the two men was correct. "They will look over that," Robinson said. "If my rulings are correct, it will come back for a new trial. Or if my rulings are incorrect, it will come back for a new trial." It wasn't quite enough for the man. I should have never been in front of you," Midget added. Midget was arrested last year when police found him with drugs in a home near St. Peter's High School in Mansfield. The woman who lived there was letting him use the facility to sell drugs. He paid her drugs for her own personal use. The day of his arrest, Midget had more than 76 grams of fentanyl, which was an amount the judge considered alarming. "Fentanyl is extremely dangerous," Robinson said. The judge told Midget that 200 people had overdosed in the Richland County in 2020, with 60 of them dying. He added that the drug dealers use people's addictions against them to ruin their entire neighborhoods. The man was also found with heroin, explained Terry Burnside, Richland County Assistant Prosecutor. Midget was proven guilty on 1 count of first-degree felony, trafficking in fentanyl, 2 counts of third-degree felony, trafficking in heroin within the vicinity of a school, and 1 count of fourth-degree felony, trafficking in fentanyl within the vicinity of a school. Burnside pointed out to the judge that the man had a record of 4 prior arrests in Detroit, his home city. "He has disdain for the system and has no intent to follow the rules," Burnside said. Because of that, the prosecutor asked Robinson for the maximum sentence. The judge noted that he saw no genuine remorse from Midget. He allowed the man's mother and aunt to speak. Both women asked for the judge's leniency. Robinson told everyone he had a duty to protect the county's residents. He called Midget's scheme organized criminal activity. He suspended the man's driver's license and then said the state would keep the $171 found on him the day of his arrest. No fines would be incurred. The man's fentanyl sales charge has a minimum requirement of 11 years in prison, which means he will not be eligible for early release until that time is served. Based on his behavior in prison, that minimum could be extended to 16 and a half years. "I'm going to run the courts consecutive to one another," Robinson said. "That's to protect the public." The judge sentenced him to a combined 7 years on the other 3 charges, which made his total sentencing 18 to 23 and a half years. "If you behave well, you can get out early," Robinson told the man. I liked that article. Let's move on. 1 dies, another seriously injured in a crash. 1 person died and another was seriously injured Monday night in a crash involving a commercial vehicle and an SUV on US 30 near Township Road 1255 in Ashland County, according to a news release from the Ohio State Highway Patrol. According to the release, a maroon Chevrolet HHR was eastbound on US 30 in Mifflin Township when it went off the right side of the roadway and struck a guardrail. The vehicle then traveled back across the roadway, struck another guardrail, and came to rest in the roadway. The passengers were able to exit the vehicle, which then was disabled in the roadway. One of the passengers, Jermaine Witten, 19, of Mansfield, returned to the vehicle to assist the driver and attempt to get it out of the roadway. While Witten was standing next to the Chevrolet, he and the SUV were struck by a commercial vehicle traveling eastbound. Witten was pronounced dead on the scene, the release said. The Chevrolet initially had 4 occupants, according to the State Highway Patrol. 2 passengers, William Wood, 16, and Mackenzie Howell, 20, both from Mansfield, had minor injuries from the first crash and were not in the vehicle when it was struck by the commercial vehicle. The driver of the Chevrolet, Kirsten Morrison, 19, of Shelby, sustained serious injuries and was taken to the Ohio Health Mansfield Hospital by EMS. Morrison was later taken to Mount Carmel Hospital in Columbus by Life Flight. The driver of the commercial vehicle was identified as Michael Maker, 54, of Akron, who did not sustain any injuries, the release said. Assisting on the scene were the Ashland County Sheriff Office, the Mifflin Township Fire and EMS, troopers from the Ashland and Mansfield posts, the Crash Reconstruction Unit, License and Commercial Standards, the Ohio Department of Transportation, and Bates and Reed Towing. The crash remains under investigation and no charges have been filed at this time, the State Highway Patrol reported. Our next article, Ex-Priest Charged with Sex Trafficking, by Craig Shoup. A former priest in Mansfield is charged with sex trafficking minors, according to the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Father Michael Zacharias, currently pastor at St. Michael the Archangel Parish in Findlay, also faces charges of coercion and enticement and sex trafficking of an adult by force, fraud, or coercion, the FBI said in a news release on Tuesday. Zacharias, 53, was taken into custody Tuesday without incident at his home by members of the Northwest Ohio Child Exploitation and Human Trafficking Task Force. Following the news of the arrest, Bishop Daniel Thomas of the Diocese of Toledo placed Zacharias on administrative leave. I am profoundly shocked and grieved to learn of these charges against one of our priests. The Church cannot and will not tolerate any such behavior and takes any sexual abuse or misconduct on the part of a cleric with the utmost seriousness, Thomas said in a statement. As we await the outcome of the criminal investigation, our prayers go out to anyone affected by this situation. While on administrative leave, Zacharias cannot exercise public priestly ministry, administer any of the sacraments, wear clerical attire, or present himself as a priest. Administrative leave is a precautionary measure while an allegation is being investigated, the diocese said. In May 2017, Zacharias was appointed by Thomas from pastor of St. Anne Parish, in May of 2017, Zacharias was appointed by Thomas from pastor of St. Anne Parish and St. Joseph Parish in Fremont, and dean of the St. Philomena Deanery for pastors in Findlay. Zacharias was appointed pastor in Fremont of St. Anne's and St. Joseph's in April 2011 and began celebrating Mass in July. Prior to coming to Fremont, Zacharias served as priest in the Mansfield and Van Wert areas. According to a Facebook post by St. Michael the Archangel Parish, Zacharias was ordained as a priest in 2012. As Zacharias readies for his move to Findlay, he sent a tweet on July 1, 2017. I offer a prayer of thanksgiving for St. Anne, St. Joseph's, and BHCS in Fremont. I thank you with all of my heart until we meet again. A complaint filed with the FBI accuses Zacharias of engaging in sexual conduct with minors since the late 1990s. The FBI is encouraging anyone who may have been groomed for future sexual purposes by Zacharias or were sexually assaulted by Zacharias to please call the Cleveland field office at 216-622-6842. I'm going to repeat that again. 216-622-6842. The release noted the complaint is only a charge and not evidence of guilt, and the investigation remains ongoing. Next up, Madison trustees accept fire chief's resignation by Al Lawrence. The Madison Township Fire Department is losing its fourth chief in the last 7 years. Township trustees voted unanimously at the regular meeting on Monday to accept the resignation of Fire Chief Ron Luttrell, effective September 11th. Luttrell was sworn in as Madison Fire Chief on May 1st, 2017, after working for 4 years in private industry and as an environmental health and safety manager, and 26 years as a firefighter in the Lima area. He retired in 2013 from the Shawnee Township Fire Department, where he was a firefighter paramedic, captain, and platoon chief, but maintained his certification while in private industry. In his letter of resignation, Luttrell thanked the trustees for the opportunity to lead what he described as an outstanding and dedicated group of men and women in the Madison Town Fire Department, and to be a leader in Madison Township and Richland County. Please note, this was not an easy decision, because I'm grateful for the rewarding opportunity I have had in Madison Township and the overwhelming warmth and acceptance into the Madison Township Fire Department family, he said. Luttrell said he spent long hours of consideration before accepting an offer from another entity to lead their fire department. Trustees Chairman Dan Fletcher said Luttrell will become the fire chief for the city of Norwalk after leaving Madison. Luttrell's predecessor, Mark Herendeen, spent just 5 months on the job. Herendeen was hired after part-time fire chief David Kissel retired in 2015. Kissel succeeded Chris Niswander, who resigned in 2013. Luttrell had no comment about why he is leaving Madison, other than what he said in his resignation letter. During his 40-month tenure, Luttrell obtained a $188,791 Federal Emergency Management Agency Assistance to Firefighters grant that covered 95% of the cost of new firefighter turnout and safety gear, and another $900,000 in other FEMA grants to help pay for 2 new fire engines and operation and safety equipment. He also oversaw the purchase of new squad vehicles and new power cots and power lifting systems using a combination of grants, and low interest loans to be paid off with fire equipment levy funds. In other business, several residents who had been critical of chip and seal treatments on township roads in the past said the recent work on Stewart Road was a good job. Trustees also voted to advertise for bids for culvert replacement projects on Annandale Avenue and Hannah Road that will be paid for with Ohio Public Works Commission's grant. Trustees also accepted a $7,288 proposal from Washington Floors to replace carpeting in the Township Hall with vinyl plank flooring. The project will be paid with some of the township's share of coronavirus relief funds from the state, because the new flooring will be easier to keep clean and sanitize. And now we're going to talk about free COVID-19 testing set at County Fairground. There will be free COVID-19 tests administered Saturday at the Richland County Fairgrounds, 750 North Home Road in Mansfield. The event will take place from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday, according to Reed Richmond, a spokesman for the Richland Public Health. Anyone age 2 and older is eligible. A form of identification will be required. The event is considered a drive-through clinic. Everyone will remain in their vehicles. No walk-ups will be allowed. No appointment is needed, and no medical provider order is needed. Testing will be done by the Ohio National Guard as part of an effort to provide tests in underserved areas throughout the state. Security and traffic control will be maintained by the Mansfield Police Department and the Richland County Sheriff's Office. Moving on, build up Mansfield with Community Thrives. The Mansfield News-Journal and its parent company, Gannett, are committed to helping build stronger communities. As part of Gannett's USA Today network, the Mansfield News-Journal will help build stronger communities through a grant and a crowdfunding program called A Community Thrives. The program is part of the Gannett, the Gannett Foundation, the philanthropic arm of Gannett, and it supports nonprofit organizations leading projects focused on community building and has distributed nearly $6.7 million since 2017. Nonprofit community groups can apply now for the program at act.usatoday.com. The program is an extension of the company's mission to enrich our communities by encouraging our readers and constituents to connect, act, and work together to help our communities thrive. A Community Thrives offers the opportunity for nonprofit organizations to seek one of 16 national grants or one of hundreds of local grants that will be made across the country. Applications will be accepted this week through September 11th. The fundraising phase will be from September 21st to October 16th. A review of the applications to select grant recipients will happen from October 17th to November 30th, and grant recipients will be announced in early December. The top national grant is worth $100,000, and 3 of those will be awarded, along with 7 $50,000 grants and 6 $25,000 grants. Recipients of the national and local operating grants will be required to meet Gannett Foundation selection criteria, which includes meeting a minimum local fundraising goal. The fundraising component of the program offers you the opportunity to donate to your favorite participating nonprofit and help them reach the goal that could help position them to receive a Community Thrives grant. Nonprofit applicants also can receive one of 6 top fundraiser grants awarded to a participating nonprofit that raises the most money online during the campaign, and one of 32 weekly bonuses awarded to participating nonprofits that win a weekly bonus challenge. Eligible applicants include a registered 501c3 organization, which are most nonprofits, municipal programs or entities such as libraries and public schools, and fiscally sponsored programs, which are individuals or programs partnered with a registered 501c3 organization. Examples of the 2019 grant recipients include Adopt a Class Foundation in Cincinnati, which received $15,000. The organization connects businesses and civic groups with students in economically challenged schools. By pairing teams with individual classrooms, our adult mentors expose the students to a breadth of experience and training to be job and career ready, says its website. Also in Cincinnati, a $20,000 grant went to Lydia's House, which provides housing for women and their young children. The shelter has space for 4 women and up to 6 of their children. Women must be pregnant or have at least 1 child under the age of 5, and priority is given to women between the ages of 18 and 24. The Nashville Launchpad in Tennessee received one of the $100,000 national grants. Launchpad is a street-free sleep initiative fueled by a collective of concerned citizens within the LGBTQ and allied community, which strive to provide open and affirming safer sleeping shelters for homeless youth, according to the group's website. It is now time for local briefs. Road closed for sewer work. In Mansfield, West Dixon Avenue between North Benton Street and Bowman Street is closed for sewer main repairs. It's expected to reopen by the end of the working day, August 26th. Boil water advisory issued. A boil advisory has been issued for Buffalo and Elizabeth Streets in Mansfield due to a water main repair. All consumed water should be brought to a rolling boil for a full 3 minutes prior to consumption until the water can be tested for purity. UH Samaritan testing trailer moves. In Ashland, effective Thursday, the University Hospital Samaritan Medical Center is relocating its testing trailer from the main hospital parking lot to the south side of the T.W. Miller building at 934 Center Street in Ashland. UH Samaritan President Todd Hartford said this will allow staff This will allow staff to more efficiently serve patients and improve traffic flow. The UH mobile trailer is used for COVID testing purposes for patients with a physician order. Book bag giveaway is planned. Mansfield, On Everything I Love will hold a book bag giving away from 3 to 7 p.m. August 29th at the Imani Activities and Events Center at 486 Spring Mill Street. Free food, haircuts, and hairstyles will also be available on a first-come, first-served basis. Women of Resilience exhibition. In Ashland, a commemorative of the 100th anniversary of the ratification of the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote, Ashland's University Coburn Art Gallery will present Women of Resilience, a local celebration of the centennial of women's suffrage. 25 artists, many local, will explore a variety of topics in traditional and non-traditional media. The exhibition starts Friday and runs through October 1st. It is free and open to the public. Columbia Gas makes payment plan sign-up easier. In Mansfield, Columbia Gas of Ohio has made it easier to enroll in payment plans. Income-qualified customers can also find help through agencies in their community. Customers can sign up for a payment plan at columbiagasohio.com or pay a special amount on their August paper bill. No phone calls required. Payment plans spread a past due balance over several months, making it easier to catch up. Assistance is also available for income-qualified customers, including grants and special payment arrangements. Those needing help can also reach out to resources in their community, such as community action agencies and the Salvation Army. For more information about the budget, more information is available at columbiagasohio.com/budget. Customers can also call 1-800-344-4077 or message Columbia Gas of Ohio via Facebook, Twitter, or Nextdoor. Gold Digital Academy sets 2020-21 board meetings. The Gold Digital Academy Board of Directors has scheduled the following board meetings to be held at 8 a.m. at the Gold Mansfield Boardroom, 890 West 4th Street for the 2020-21 school year. October 22nd, December 3rd, February 4th, April 1st, June 3rd, and August 5th for 2021. Now, on to police calls. 200 block of Myers Avenue. An officer was dispatched to the area on a report of a runaway juvenile. Officers saw the teen at the intersection of Wayne Street and Myers Avenue. He was detained and transported back home. She admitted she did steal the property. Walmart at 2485 Possum Run Road. An employee stopped a woman who stole a pregnancy test and used it in the restroom. She was given a summons on a charge of theft. In the 400 block of Hill Avenue, officers were dispatched to a disturbance. In the 400 block of Lyda Street, officers took a woman to jail after a domestic violence incident. She was taken to jail on a charge of domestic violence. East 4th Street, a 30-year-old man was taken to jail on a charge of drunkenness. The man was asked to try and contact a sober party, and he said he did not have a phone. However, he said he would do so on his iPad. He continued to verbally abuse officers by stating he would have officers' badges and sue them. He was advised to call for his ride, and he continued to verbally abuse officers and state, "Do not shoot me." In the 100 block of Harvard Avenue, officers took 2 people to jail on warrants. The man was issued summonses on charges of intoxication and drug paraphernalia. The woman was found to be in possession of posh. Winding Way. A woman told officers her daughter stole her TV. The woman said after she got home from a stay at a nursing home, she noticed her Social Security check was missing from her mailbox. She is not sure where the 30-year-old daughter is staying. Well, friends, this concludes the reading of the Mansfield News Journal for Wednesday, August 19th. My name is Pam, and I'm asking you to please stay in if you can. Be safe, be blessed, and make it a great day.